The Balancing Act by Ruben D. Garcia. I believe we have but a few more weeks left until the end of the year 2019. We set off since December 21, 2012 on a quest through both an emotional and spiritual roller coaster to discover who we, human beings, are and what happened to humanity that took us from a divine purpose. We passed through centuries of sorrow, despairs and sufferings and unimaginable conditions simply to find out at this time that we are beings of such divine decree that the universe honors us with an awakening worthy of royalty status. Along the way of those periods of chaos, we learn to hope. We learn from our daily needs and all manner of situations to believe in something we could not understand, but somehow within each individual there was a sense of being part of something great that not until now humanity will begin to understand and repair a troublesome and chaotic past. In the ensuing weeks of 2019, there will be many revelations regarding our divine nature. Some of the revelations whirling around will perplex many, however, from media to religious organizations will begin to confuse humanity, but it is all part of an encrusted world of deceit, false doctrine and enslavement of humanity's conscience. However, for all of this and much more, it has just entered the second hour of their demise destiny, and of their control of humanity free will. All is coming to an end, a sign truly given by the heroes of the light who for lives after lives upheld humanity's divinity at the highest level can now see the fruits of their heroic efforts a reality. Glance around, my beloved readers, at the news media, our legislative branches, and our agents in charge of our well-being, and see their stumbled faces as they try to make sense of what is taking place on a domain once they held complete monopoly and is now slipping through their finger. This was and is at least one too many times for humanity to pass through a labyrinth of chaos and despair in which humanity could not quite make it out. Therefore, by the rule of the highest divine source, God, who witnessed such treatments to human beings that were so prevalent for thousands of years, ought neither to be exercised again nor to depose humanity of its free will on this earth. It meant that a complete divine intervention was necessary, and the thunder and lightning of a new divine era on this earth began on the year 2012. So this is why in the last 7 years you have entered a period of purging, of cleansing, to allow you, the human being, to receive what has been all along your destiny and right. The time for total conscious awareness is now of our ascension affecting the corporal, emotional and spiritual essence of us is now in effect. From the throne of the Most High we are offered the ideals of our true existence and purpose. Humanity no longer has to play or be part of any balancing act. Humanity can now muster his own destiny, be his own creator of his outcomes, never again relying in the means and short giving of leaders that sought to fill their corrupt treasures with riches and joy at the cost of human nature. Their official customs of conscience enslavement of humanity poked our minds and hearts for the last time, and now they are bewildered and the outcome of their once thought invincible principles. In the shadow of their thoughts, they are crouching in what is happening as humanity begins to rise from their once kneeling position to a greater divine purpose. So this is why you feel anew in various aspects in your lives since the year 2012, and as we approach the few weeks left of the year 2019, rejoice, my fellow human beings, for the era of freedom has begun. Force yourself to laugh at the comical kaleidoscope you see in news media, at our legislators wasting taxpayers' money in ludicrous agendas with little value to you. Yes, as you work hard for your retirement and a good finale to all of your efforts, they enjoy favorable treatments that are for us inconceivable. The time for their shadow to be before them has arrived. The sunset of their destiny is approaching quickly, and before them lies a dark journey until repentance is felt, and then, they too will become aware of the purpose for all of mankind and not just the chosen few. Dig your heels, my beloved readers, and be steadfast, for the time of the balancing act for humanity is no longer. The only act before you, your loved one, is a steady journey towards spiritual greatness as you have not experienced or seen before. Massive celestial beings are working hard 24 hours a day, assisting all of humanity to rise above the cruel and mundane world we have experienced for thousands of years. You can feel it in all aspects of you as of right now. Your conscience is experiencing altered states of understanding and deciding things. This called intuition. Yes, Your intuitive principle or abilities are been honed, so to speak. Intuition has been with you since the beginning of time, but somehow was occluded from humanity for selfish reason, and now that impedance has been removed by the divine order, a new you is emerging. Additionally, your body is experiencing changes. Some mild, almost not perceivable, but affecting all of our organs to become enhanced in all aspects of their function. Some of these divine interventions toward our bodies may result in some more familiar cases of cold, fever, flu symptoms with digestive discomforts. You may experience a slight sense of forgetfulness, some hand shaking, and even a little more dreaming, and of course, my favorite one, waking up around 3 in the morning. All of these and many other symptoms are part of this spiritual evolution. Be patient, for it will pass, and a new image of you in all aspect of emotional and spiritual shall rise to a higher status. Ascension is but the beginning. As always, others have ascended ahead. The ascension days of the year 2015 through 2017 showed that all of us, all of humanity, will rise. It all is going to depend on you. It is your mind, your consciousness, that will determine the frequency of your ascension. That means that what is within your heart, your emotions, your personal feelings are the key. Let all the negativity of the past be dropped, be left behind. Remove yourself from grievances, hatred, and any ill feelings you may have to others, and almost immediately you will experience a divine euphoria of your purpose and the divinity within you. And what is most revealing and yet somewhat unsettling to others is that you will smile, laugh, and experience what is common in the divine order, unconditional love. If I had not been given the vision for the future on December 25, 1981, I would have missed an unbelievable journey that I and my loved ones are experiencing now, and that would have been an awful shame to have missed it. Again, let's get away from the old earth and the old heaven we were told to believe in. Set off toward the light of the truth. Leave behind unnecessary baggage and suit with the spiritual garment of purification and ascension. Set distance from those that see darkness as an inheriting factor of humanity lives. Raise your hands and face toward the sky during the day and say to the universe, I am here and I wait for your divine transformation of me to be a citizen of the new earth. Relish in the thought that you are a being of a divine nature on divine journey to greatness. Look up into the heavens and remember to say to yourself on a daily basis, I belong up there. And so it is. Namaste.